Just finishing up Miss Tater's Tuesday video, and then it is time to get going. I am currently dreading getting going though, because my clothing is completely soaked and it is going to be really humid for days. It is getting to the point where if I had access to it, I would be switching to a shirt with less cloth on it, because there's just no keeping anything dry here. So you need less cloth if you want it to be more dry. I may just hike out in my sleep shirt. It is actually pleasantly cool right for the moment, and we don't have super high humidity right for the moment. It's supposed to come back in and last through the weekend, it looks like. I am kind of kicking myself because we were just at Walmart with Carl, and I should have gotten some sort of like short sleeve exercise shirt. I have this, which is an old Arc'teryx short sleeve. I'm probably going to wear it today because, again, the Jolly gear is just soaking wet, and that is getting to be a pain to hike in. But then I don't have anything to sleep in that's dry. There are so many freaking spider webs, I can't even get to out to the bathroom without getting covered by them. And you can feel the humidity step up just walking out of the trees this morning. There are a bunch of berries out here, but they look, I don't know, like they're stunted or something. Keep trying to talk and then getting a face full of spider webs here. So we ended up camping at about 16 miles from Goreville, a few less if we were willing to shortcut, but then we would miss something called Happy Hollow. So our plan for today, we already reserved the one cabin that was available south of town. We have not been able to clean up in over a week, combined with all the heat rush stuff, etc. So our plan is to kind of make best reasonable time into town, get some food walking through Goreville, go to the cabin, and then they don't seem to have laundry, but there is laundry a short distance away. And then back on trail the next day, because 0 days are overrated. We have had mosquitoes off and on, but they're actually not that bad. Actually, the worst, if you see something or hear something buzzing around the camera, I think it is a horsefly, and they are really insistent, whereas a lot of other bugs you can kind of keep moving, wave around, and they don't dive onto you. These things latch on, and then they have a painful bite. At Max Vortex yesterday, I had a very, very insistent one. At least with mosquitoes, they generally stand still, so you can splatter them in a very satisfying fashion. So I've been staring at this on the map for a while, since it stands out on the base map, but it is the Tunnel Hill Bike Trail and Greenway. Seems to run quite a long distance. Also, there are no horses, and it has much better footing. Unfortunately, we just cross it, and we are back onto the Yield River to River. And it is very, very buggy this morning. Unfortunately, despite trying to manage it as best I could, I seem to be having arch issues again. I've been dealing with it the last couple of days. It's feeling bad right out of the gate since everything's so sweaty. This has always been something I struggled to deal with on trail. About the only thing I found that works kind of well is these Curad bandages. I get them at Walmart. They stick fairly well, but trying to stick anything on the bottom of the foot is kind of impossible, usually. So I swapped into a dry left sock out of my last dry pair. Only swapped that one so I could use the other one on my left foot also if this one gets soaked, and if that seems to be helping. And at least for now I got a bandage there, but it is feeling pretty raw. I feel like I've been trying to deal with it for the last couple of days, and I was hoping it was going to get better, but this may require some contingencies. Generally, when this has gotten bad, I don't have much of a choice other than to get off my feet and take a zero. And we do have a cabin tonight. Partially, I am stressing because we have to make the miles to the cabin, and it's a little on the expensive side. Granted, isn't everything these days.
This is called Jug Spring. It's pretty close to Dutchman Lake, a source of clear, cold water, really nice flow of cold air, and apparently this cave goes back about 3,000 feet.
So due to the combinations of my foot issues, and I may potentially be having some dental complications, I think we're just gonna do the road walk into Goreville, stay in the cabin tonight, try and extend it the following day, and then get to enjoy the section after that a little more, hopefully. So with all the varying issues going on, it seems like the tooth thing this morning may be the biggest concern. We're currently trying to call around and see if we can get me in to see a dentist. That's who Jen's trying to talk to. We're trying to find one that can see me on a last minute basis. We already extended the cabin, so we've got 2 nights in Goreville, so at least I can recover somewhat. But if this keeps getting worse, that's problematic out in the middle of nowhere.
Wondering if there's any chance you'd be able to fit him in sometime tomorrow. Don't think it's swollen.
So we do have a plan. We are just limping into Goreville. At the very least, I'll get my feet to heal up over the next 2 nights. We'll get my tooth looked at tomorrow during the day, and then make plans from there. So we're currently working a rough plan. We have an emergency dental visit for me at Marion, which is about 20 minutes that away. We're currently working on a ride over there, either via Trail Angel or taxi or something. Meanwhile, I am trying to stay off my feet. Jen is currently, she took a walk into town to get our resupply, do laundry, grab some food for tonight. So we're trying to deal with as much as we can while we're kind of forced to stop. We're even probably going to retreat our clothing with permethrin because we keep finding those little ticks. Jen literally had 2 of them crawling on her when we were on some grass, calling around trying to find dentists.
We got a dentist appointment lined up for Matt tomorrow afternoon. There's a Trail Angel who's gonna come out and give us a ride up to the dentist. Really appreciate that. And here is where we're staying tonight and tomorrow night. This is a cabin at the Shawnee Trails. Home sweet home for the night.
The next morning, a trail angel named Walter drove over, picked me up, and took us over to Marion. We had called about a half dozen places, and this was literally the only one that could fit me in the short term. I have had some pretty horrific experiences with dentists in the past, so to say I was highly nervous going in would be an understatement. I was picturing root canals, tooth extractions, new crowns, and all of this having to be done in a relatively remote area of Illinois. So we got back from the dentist, and per them, it's probably like a sinus infection that was affecting the teeth, and that was where the pain came from. So at least for the moment, I am good. They gave me some antibiotics to take, and then the plan is to get moving tomorrow and just hope things get better. So those of you at home may be wondering, did Matt have to fake a dental emergency in order to get Jen to give him a day off? And the answer is yes and no. Did I fake it? No. Horrible pain, horribly stressful. Was that the only way I was able to get a day off in the last, 1,000 miles? Yes. Yes, it was.
Can I just spray pit bulls with this stuff? It was so risky to dogs.
We're retreating our gear with permethrin. The ticks and mosquitoes, while they haven't been scary levels, like nowhere near Minnesota, they have been persistent. We've been picking a couple ticks off us every day.
And it's the little ones.
And the little ones can carry the dreaded Lyme disease, so we're erring on the side of caution.
And here we have a cabin with a little kitchenette, and Blondie is cooking outside. I think she's just starting to get cold from all the air conditioning.
There is no stove in there.
It's a microwave.
Successful recovery day today. Got Matt into the dentist. Dentist said no major issue, likely some sort of a minor infection. It could even be a sinus infection that's somehow hurting that tooth area. And got some antibiotics to hopefully clear that up quickly. Also got some time off our feet. Feet should be healed up. Various rashes and insect bites and things are not quite gone away, but they're down at least. And got to meet a nice trail angel, Walter, who really helped us out a lot. Excited to get back on the trail tomorrow. This first section coming up here through Ferncliff State Park is supposed to be a real pretty one, I think. Home sweet home for the night.